It's time to get away from all this dirty fiat. Hi guys, my name is Colin and this is Colin Talks Crypto. We're just going to freestyle, we're going to talk prices and the future of cryptocurrency. So we had a nice little uptick today. I think that was inspiring. We had the past 6 weeks of just stagnation and sideways movement and a little pop up in the price. The price is always going to be fairly volatile, I think for the next 100 years probably, while we capture the majority of the people. There's just so much more adoption to take place that the volatility is the roughest in the beginning because there is not much capital in the ecosystem. If you think a couple $100 billion is a lot, wait till you see tens of trillions of dollars, which I fully anticipate we will see within the coming decades. And for example, in the upcoming bull run, I fully anticipate over $1 trillion market cap for crypto. Actually, I think more than $2 trillion for the total market cap for all cryptocurrency in the upcoming bull run, because it's not really possible to hit figures of $100,000 to $200,000 per Bitcoin, let alone all the altcoins, and not surpass $1 or $2 trillion of market cap. So if you're a doubter, just wait and see. That's what's going to happen. And there just is so much room for upside potential that I think if you're one of these guys betting on Bitcoin and crypto going to zero, I think you're missing out on the greatest investment opportunity, this is not financial advice, of our lifetimes. And I am so glad, I'm so fortunate that I am on board this. I'm so lucky and thankful that it happened to, in a way, fall into my lap, because I've been a computer guy since as young as I can remember. I remember trading off, it was a lot like the Edward Snowden book, trading off with my brother with the computer every hour because we wanted to use that computer. We had one computer in the house and we wanted to use it so badly that we would wait that time out and watch the clock. And when it was our turn, we got in the guy's face and said, hey, it's my turn on the computer, just to give you an idea, just to give you a flavor. So I do feel really fortunate, because if this had been another precious metals gold rush or some asteroid found some valuable on it, or oil over in this country, or this or that, I don't have that much knowledge about those subject matters, so I would probably not be able to be as early of an adopter as I am right now. And I think a lot of you guys can probably mirror the sentiment, because if you're in crypto right now, you are probably somewhat computer illiterate. And this probably came on your radar because you have a fairly good grasp, at least of some of the fundamentals. Maybe it's not fully cryptography, but maybe you get computers. Maybe you understand the internet more than some people. And I think those of us who have more of the qualities, whether it's cryptography, programming, computers, the internet, economics, if you have all 5 of those things, I think you're pretty much one of the prime candidates for getting into cryptocurrency early. And I think I had about 3 or 4 of those 5. And so again, I'm just very thankful that I happen to be the demographic that this opportunity sort of opened its arms to first. And it's an opportunity that everyone has available to them. But if they don't speak the language and they don't understand the terminology and they don't understand the fields, those 5 fields that I just mentioned, they're probably not going to be early adopters because they just frankly don't understand what they're doing. So I think you guys are very fortunate, and I'm so happy to have you on board with me for this journey, because we truly are the early adopters. If you feel like we're late to the game because Bitcoin is $8,000, you have seen absolutely nothing yet. Just wait until we see 6-digit Bitcoin. It's coming, guys. 6-digit Bitcoin is on the horizon, and the altcoins are going to follow. As always, a rising tide raises all ships, and that's very much going to be the case with a lot of these altcoins, but not just because it rises all ships, but because there are fundamentals of some of these cryptocurrencies that are so truly groundbreaking that they deserve it. For example, Ethereum as a smart contract platform is very much deserving of the 2nd place of cryptocurrencies. And there are others that are coming up that are also very superior technologically to a mere transfer of value. And I think Bitcoin is going to hold that title of king for a very long time to come, at least several years. But it's not to say that some of these up-and-comers aren't going to be hot on its heels. I can see it being a little bit of both. Now, with that being said, I don't feel like all altcoins are going to be here forever. In fact, I feel like a very, very small percentage of them are going to be around for the long run. I think that 95% or more of the altcoins that you see in the top 2,000 will only drop in value as the years carry on. And some of them will hit zero, some of them will just approach zero, or some of them will just lag behind the gains that coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum and other top performers acquire. So maybe you'll make a little money, but had you been in a better performing and a better fundamentally sound cryptocurrency and altcoin, you would have made a lot more. So when I say like 95% aren't going to do very well, I'm talking about like not as good in comparison to the top performing. And I think that only a couple percent are really going to capture the majority of the cryptocurrency market value. So really, this is just a video of me expressing my continued enthusiasm. This little uptick, you know, it always is nice to get a little boost in your portfolio, as I'm sure you guys can appreciate. The downturns and the 2-year bear markets are quite painful. And I wanted to put something in perspective for you guys. So you guys are the early adopters. I just want to first of all congratulate you for joining the early adopter crew. And I'm going to paint a picture for you to show you how this is the case. So I shared it was a Twitter poll that someone else did, and it showed that approximately, I think it was 75% of people in cryptocurrency right now, at least the people who took that poll, got in during the last bull run in 2017. This is 75% of you out there, most likely, watching this video. So the vast predominance of people got in recently in the last bull run. That means that 25% of people got in prior to the last bull run. I happen to be one of those fortunate people, but what I want to put in perspective is that you guys are the up and coming 25%, because in this next upcoming bull run, which historically always grossly outperforms and surpasses the previous all-time high. It doesn't just slightly outperform the previous all-time high, it grossly outperforms the previous all-time high. So what's going to happen is in the next couple of years, in the next 2 years, when we are approaching this next bull run peak, we are going to onboard an enormous amount of new users, exactly in the same way that the 75% of you who got in recently got on board during the last bull run, because of the hype, because of the media, because of the enthusiasm and the articles and your friends talking about it. It brings people on board like nothing else. And so what we're going to see is a 75% of the new users got in this upcoming bull run that hasn't even happened yet. And you will become the 25% that were in before the masses did. And this pattern, it's almost like a fractal pattern, an exponential pattern, will repeat itself time and time again, as it has already repeated itself. The number of earlier adopters becomes smaller in percentage to the number of new investors, because statistically there has to be a greater number of new investors if the market cap is going to increase exponentially as it has been. And again, I'm not talking to the doubters out there who are like, oh, well, we don't know for sure if it's going to keep going in the direction, you know, maybe it'll go down towards zero instead of, how do you know it's going to go up? It's going to go up because it's a disruptive technology that game changes and changes the face of planet Earth for finance, freeing people from oppressive monetary enslavement of abuse of money from governments. It frees people from all these insane things, from control of money, from preventing you from sending money across borders, and enabling smart contract programmability, near instantaneous transmission of value. You get the point, guys. If you're one of these guys thinking that the price can go to zero, I'm not even talking to you, because you're so far off my radar, you don't get what's happening. And I just encourage you to educate yourself. I have nothing against you. We all started this way, but you need to educate yourself, because if you don't, you're going to miss the greatest opportunity that we've ever seen, I think in the past 100 years, easily. So that's why I'm on board, and that's why I'm very happy to be on board. Thank you guys for being a part of this. You guys are, and we are, and I am all going to be a part of the 25% or less who has been in before this next group of people hit the scene in the upcoming bull run wave. Because statistically, that's just how it is. The masses come on board late to the game, they FOMO in, and we have, some of us have earned this having held through 2 years, I hope you guys held, of bear market downward trending prices. So just know that you will be rewarded. Your perseverance, your patience, enduring this pain, you will be rewarded with the greatest returns that almost any asset class can provide. So thank you very much for being a continued part of my channel. I look forward to sharing this journey with you. It's going to get very exciting, guys. The rocket boosters have just ignited, and we are basically at the end of the flat period of the current cycle, and it's gonna go up from here. There will always be ups and downs. There could be tremendous ups and downs. In fact, they could be enormous. But we're going up from here, guys, and the next year and a half will prove this out. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day.